Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to First Commonwealth Bank Field, the Homer Center Wildcats this afternoon. Second game of a doubleheader taking on the Purchase Line Red Dragons. Purchase Line will be the home team for this doubleheader, which happens this time of the year when you get to the weather and all of the considerations that come with it. So we'll give you the starting lineups for these teams. We'll start with the Homer Center Wildcats, who will be the visiting team on their home field, and leadoff hitter for them will be Owen Ciani, playing second base. Braden Dunn, the catcher, will bat second, and Michael Krajosik, the shortstop, hits third. In the cleanup slot, it's third baseman Caleb Palmer. Andrew Ruddick, the left fielder, will bat fifth. Aiden Bakina, the designated hitter, batting sixth. Riley Clevenger in center field will bat seventh. The right fielder Mason Bell bats eighth, and Anthony Rowland is your pitcher for Homer Center. He will hit ninth this afternoon for Coach Scott Bauer. And we're taking a look. We're actually just getting some of the numbers filled in. Purchase Line was a little bit late getting their lineup set. They weren't quite sure. They said they were 99% sure who their lineup would be, but they wanted to just check one other thing, and so they've done that. And so we'll get the lineup here for the Purchase Line Red Dragons, who come into this baseball game. Both of these teams 1-3 coming into the afternoon, but Homer Center with a mercy rule game, defeating the Red Dragons in game one of this doubleheader, 12-0. And so for Purchase Line, they'll come into this game. We'll get there. There we go. Can't find their first names. They've given me only their last names, and somewhere along here there is a roster sheet that will help us to line the rest of this out for the Red Dragons. Their pitcher. I don't have first names just yet. I can't figure out why, but they're somewhere around here. The pitcher is Gearhart. Will be the starting pitcher for the Red Dragons, and they will have A.J. Chambers in center field batting first, Andrew Beer, the left fielder, hitting second. Keister is the right fielder, and he will bat third. Second baseman Jace Brooks hitting cleanup. Zach Bennett, the third baseman, will bat fifth. Smarsh at shortstop will bat sixth. Zarenko is the designated hitter, and he will hit for the pitcher today, Gearhart. And then Hughes is your catcher, and Stifler is at first base. And here comes our leadoff hitter already. Stepping in for the Wildcats is Owen Ciani. Left-hander will take the first pitch of the baseball game, and it's in the dirt outside, ball one. We are underway this afternoon from First Commonwealth Bank Field. Rain in the forecast, but a pretty afternoon at this moment. The wind is blowing out toward left field and a little bit into foul territory. A 1-0 pitch is on the way from Gearhart to Ciani, and he'll pop this one out of play. Off the left side, and it's a ball and a strike on the Homer Center second baseman. In there again to face a 1-1 pitch. And the delivery is outside, a ball. 2 balls and a strike on the leadoff hitter in this ball game, Owen Ciani. As I said, a 12-0 win for Homer Center in game one of this doubleheader. I'll give you some of the highlights of that one. Ciani in the first game was on base several times. We'll get you that one in just a second or so. Meanwhile, here's a 2-1 pitch that's outside. It's 3 balls and a strike on the Homer Center leadoff hitter Owen Ciani at second base today. And again, for Purchase Line, your battery is Gearhart on the mound and Hughes the catcher. As they say 3-1 pitch, and that's ball 4. So the leadoff hitter Ciani gets on a walk. To bring up Braden Dunn, who in this second game of the doubleheader is catching. He'll bat with nobody out and a runner on first base. Game 2 of a doubleheader, one of those home and away things. On the same field. Throw over to first by Gearhart. Diving back is Ciani. Braden Dunn on this season hitting .333 heading into the afternoon. 3 hits and 9 at-bats. 3 runs driven in. He does have a double to his credit among those 3 hits. Here comes a 1-0, or no, the 0-0 pitch, and this one gets through. The runner goes and steals second base and keeps going. And he's going to go all the way to third on a passed ball. So it was a ball and a stolen base. And making it to third on the passed ball is Ciani. So a ball and no strikes and a runner in scoring position for the Wildcats. And Dunn will call timeout. Just underway, game 2 of this doubleheader. Runner off third, nobody out, a ball and no strikes on Braden Dunn. And this one is fouled out of play to the right side. Thanks for joining us here on Renda Digital TV this afternoon, WCCS, radio.com, and U92radio.com. A ball and a strike on Braden Dunn. And the pitch. That is outside. 2-1. We're back here on Wednesday for a game against River Valley for another Renda Digital TV broadcast. 2 balls, a strike. This one gets away, and coming in to score is Ciani. Always hard to determine pass ball or a wild pitch. I do not believe that was in the dirt, so we're going to call that another passed ball. It's one of those 6 of one, half a dozen of the other things that we don't really have an official ruling on it, but we do know that it is now 1-0 Homer Center without benefit of a hit. And a 3-ball, 1-strike pitch on the way to Braden Dunn. And he'll take ball 4. So for the Red Dragons, all this season it's been a struggle with control for their pitching staff. And they've started out this second game of this doubleheader with those kinds of difficulties. See if Gearhart can't right the ship, as Michael Krajosik will step in for Homer Center. Krajosik, the shortstop, batting third. And ready to face this pitch, and drives this one out of play to the left side. No balls and a strike on the Wildcats shortstop. This afternoon. This throw over to first base. Diving back in is Braden Dunn safely. So the count is 0-1 on the hitter Krajosik. The runner off first. 1-0 Homer Center has jumped to the lead. Here's the pitch. That is on the outside corner for a strike from Gearhart. 1 ball, 1 strike. Correction, no balls and 2 strikes. Did swing at that first. Short lead from Dunn at first base. This off-speed pitch is up high, and Krajosik leans out of the way. 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out. 1 run in and a runner on second base for Homer Center. The pitch and the runner goes. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Ball gets away from the catcher, who will go down to first base and get the out. So the swinging strikeout. And Dunn was going. We're going to credit him with the stolen base, the second of this inning. 1 out. The putout at first base. Caleb Palmer will step in the Wildcats' third baseman this afternoon. Caleb bats with the runner on second and one away. And he will take a ball. On the season, Caleb, just a sophomore. He's a big kid. Hitting .429 in this early going of this baseball season. 3 out of 7 at the plate. 4 runs driven in. The 1-0 pitch, ground ball foul, down the first base line. A ball and a strike. 1 out in the top of the first inning. Homer Center here at First Commonwealth Bank Field. Second game of a doubleheader. They're playing as the away team. In the first game, Palmer was hit by a pitch, a fly out to center field, and a walk. And he will take a ball inside. 2 balls and a strike here in the top half of the first inning. On the Wildcats' third baseman. The runner off second again. That is done. And the pitcher, Gearhart, is going to turn and chase him back. No throw over. And everybody hits the reset button, and here we go. The 2-1 pitch. In the dirt, through. That's a wild pitch, and the runner will move up. So, again, control difficulties in this game. A couple of pass balls, a wild pitch in this inning, 2 walks. And a runner on third with run in the inning. And 1 out. Gearhart will stay in the stretch, and a 3-1 pitch is on the way. Off speed and ball 4. Third walk of this first inning. Caleb Palmer is on. It puts runners on first and third for Andrew Ruddick, the Wildcats left fielder. So, slow start to the game. Throw over to first. That's in the dirt. Gets away and coming home on the error. On the error on the pitcher. Comes Braden Dunn to make it 2-0. So, to recap, 2 walks, 2 pass balls, a wild pitch, an error on the pitcher, and still no hits, but it's 2-0. Homer Center with the lead. So a runner on first, and the pitch. Swung on and missed by Ruddick. So no balls, a strike. The 0-1 is on the way, and this one is fouled on the ground. Mason Gearhart is a senior. So it's an 0-2 count, 1 out, 2 runs in the inning without benefit of a hit. Curveball is over the head of the batter and goes all the way to the backstop. That is a wild pitch. Palmer down to second base. A ball and 2 strikes. One ball, 2 strikes. Mason Gearhart. The pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Ruddick goes down. Second strikeout of the inning. And that will bring to the plate Aiden Bakina, the designated hitter for Homer Center. Again, the pitcher, Gearhart, turns to drive the runner back at second base. Bakina, the DH, hitting 143, 147 on this young season. These numbers do not include the game against Derry or, of course, the first game of this doubleheader this afternoon. So the numbers are not absolutely true because there have been 2 games added to the statistical format. That's a swinging strike, and it's 1-1 on Bakina. He digs in once more. And he'll take a ball. Bakina did not play in the first game of this doubleheader, which was won by Homer Center 12-0 in 5 innings. Swung on and missed. 2-2. 2 outs in the inning, 2 runs in the inning. It's a 2-2 count with 2 outs. The only thing making it more perfect would be 22 at the plate, but it's 23 Bakina who is hitting at the moment. Mason Gearhart has thrown a lot of pitches in this inning. And he gets the ground ball towards short. It's a slow roller, fielded and over to first, and he's going to beat that out. It's an infield single for Bakina. Ball just died on the grass, and Andrew Smarsh, the shortstop, came up and fielded it. But it was one of those cases where you're playing deep short and a ball that dies in the grass. And if you were charging, you might have had a chance, but was not. And so the runner, Palmer, moves down to third base, and the infield single for Bakina puts him on first. 2 outs for Riley Clevenger, the center fielder for Homer Center. So runners in scoring position for Clevenger. A 400 hitter, 4 for 10 with a double on the season. Still looking for his first RBI. And again, that is said without benefit of knowing what he did on Saturday in the game against Derry or in the first game of this doubleheader. In the first game, he had a single. This one gets through to the backstop once more. Runner will go through. It's a wild pitch. So Bakina moves down to second base, and Palmer holds at third. 2 balls and no strikes on Clevenger with 2 outs here in the first inning. Today on Renda Digital Radio, or Digital TV, I should say. Gearhart. The pitch. Outside. 3 balls and no strikes. 3 walks in the inning. And now a 3-0 hole for Mason Gearhart. Who works from the stretch once more. The pitch in there for a strike. It's 3-1. Clevenger, Mason Bell, and Anthony Rowland, the 7, 8, 9 hitters. Next 3 scheduled for the Wildcats. And Riley Clevenger steps in again. Second and third, 2 outs. Top of the first inning, 2-0 Homer Center. The pitch from Gearhart. High fly ball into right field. Travis Keister is there, and he makes the catch and retires the side. For the Homer Center Wildcats, 2 runs on 1 hit. 2 men left on base. And heading into the bottom of the first, it's 2-0 Homer Center.
At IRMC, we have all of the necessary pieces in place to perform complex operations, including highly skilled and specially trained surgeons, their support team of experts, and advanced technology like the Da Vinci robotic surgical system. As a result, patients spend less time in the hospital, recover faster, and get treated close to home. So there's no reason to puzzle over where you should get your surgical care. The answer is right here at IRMC.
Robindale Energy Services is a proud supporter of high school athletics and our hometown community. To do its part for the local rural areas, Robindale Energy has been cleaning up refuse coal piles that dot the western Pennsylvania landscape. These waste piles, remnants from past decades of mining in the region, are removed and used to create affordable energy for America. Robindale Energy has helped to clean up hundreds of miles of streams and channels. In the area where the land has been restored for a while, streams have become alive again and able to support plant and fish life. For employment opportunities, contact Robindale Energy at 814-446-6700, extension 122.
This is Attorney Patrick Doherty. Do you need legal help? The Law Office of Patrick Doherty specializes in criminal law, wills, and personal injury. Visit my office at 737 Water Street in Indiana and let me put my years of experience to work for you.
Moving into the bottom of the first inning, Purchase line coming to the plate. They'll send Austin Chambers, Andrew Beer, and Travis Keister to the plate, trailing in this ball game 2-0. You can keep it.
Okay, thank you.
Purchase line sent player up to the press box. Because they lost their lineup. They need to know who's hitting in what order. So let's tell you what the defense is for Homer Center. Around the infield at third base, Caleb Palmer. The shortstop is Michael Krujosik. Owen Sayani at second, and Jonah Aron is at first base. And in the outfield, the left fielder is Andrew Ruddick. The center fielder, Riley Clevenger. In right field is Mason Bell. The catcher is Braden Dunn. The pitcher this afternoon is Anthony Rowland. And the right-hander ready to face A.J. Chambers, Austin Chambers, Andrew Beer, and Travis Keister. And the first pitch from the lefty is high and outside, ball one. Homer Center, 2 runs on 1 hit in that first inning. Trouble on the mound with control for Purchase line. A 1-0 pitch on the way to Chambers. That's in there for a strike. Fouled straight back. 2 balls and a strike on Austin Chambers. I believe, I could be wrong about this, but I believe in football season we called him AJ. Right-handed hitting, center fielder for the Red Dragons. That pitch is a curveball that softly drops into the strike zone. It's a called strike 3, first out of the inning. Chambers goes down, brings up Andrew Beer, who is their leading hitter at .538 on the season coming into today. The stats for the first 4 games of the season. And that does include Saturday's 16-1 loss to Marion Center. Not, though, the first game here this afternoon. He'll take a strike on the outside corner. Chambers. Or rather, Beer. That curveball is going to be a little bit high. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here in the bottom of the first inning. 2-0, Homer Center. 7 out of 13 for Beer. 2 runs driven in. He has a double to his credit. He'll take it outside. And that makes it 2-1. And the lefty. High fly ball out of play off the right side.
So what was the issue?
2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Rowland, the lefty, deals. This one is lifted into center field. Bit of a hesitation now coming in. I think he lost it in the clouds, but Riley Clevenger makes the adjustment. and hauls in that fly ball that hung up for him. And there are 2 outs. For Travis Keister, a .455 hitter on the season. 5 for 11, 4 runs driven in. He has 2 doubles. Does Keister. Lefty on lefty. He'll hit the first pitch back to the pitcher, fielded by Roland, and over to first. A 3 up, 3 down inning for the Homer Center Wildcats. At the end of 1, it is Homer Center 2 and Purchase Line nothing. You're watching Renda Digital TV on WCCSradio.com and U92Radio.com.
In sports, game plans are essential to the success of the team. The same can be said for the game of life. What kind of game plan do you have to protect your valuable assets like home, car, business, income, renters, motorcycles, and IRAs? When was the last time you had a comprehensive insurance review? The William G. Meckling Insurance Agency can develop a game plan just for you. For a comprehensive insurance review, call the William G. Meckling Insurance Agency, 1359 Philadelphia Street, Indiana, because it's always something.
The Glen Campbell American Legion wishes the Purchase Line Red Dragons all the best in tonight's game. The Glen Campbell American Legion is proud to support high school athletics and all the excitement the sports teams bring to the community. They would also like to remind you that they are open at noon with daily specials in a friendly environment. Stop in for a good meal. The Glen Campbell American Legion, doing good for the community and for high school athletics.
We're back at First Commonwealth Bank Field, where after 1 inning, the Homer Center Wildcats lead Purchase Line 2-0. Second game of a doubleheader. Homer Center won the first one in the Mercy Rule, 5 innings, and the Wildcats won it 13-0. And for Homer Center, it is going to be Mason Bell, Anthony Rowland, and Owen Ciani. Wildcats in that first inning.
Thanks to First Commonwealth Bank.
3 walks and a base hit. Couple of pass balls, several wild pitches. I count 3 of them, and an error as well on the Red Dragons. So they're hoping to settle down here in the top half of the second as Mason Bell steps in. Righty on righty. Mason Gearhart deals to Mason Bell, and it's inside for a ball. Bell 0 for 2 on the season. He did bat in the game against Marion Center on Friday. A 1-0 pitch from Gearhart. That is driven into center field, but right there is the center fielder, Austin Chambers, hauls it in, 1 away. Only had to take about 3 steps to his right to make it 1 down. Anthony Rowland, the Wildcat pitcher, comes to the plate. Anthony 0 for 9 heading into today's action. Digs in, takes the first pitch down low for a ball. And the pitch is high and tight. 2 balls, no strikes on Rowland. Reached on a walk and a fielder's choice and an error in game 1. That one is down low. Couldn't get a call there, and it's 3 balls and no strikes on Rowland. Number 2 hitter of the inning, and number 9 hitter in the order for Homer Center. Gearhart, the wind and the pitch, and that is inside. Ball 4. It is the 4th walk of this game for Gearhart, and a runner on first with 1 away. Owen Ciani, who walked, stole a base, and came around to score in that first inning, scoring on a passed ball. Runner on first and 1 out. Lefty digs in, and here we go. Gerhardt the stretch. Short lead off first for Roland. And the pitch is outside. Ball 1. In there again, and the throw over to first will chase the runner back. Roland diving. And he's going to step off again. The runner will dive back. No throw over this time. In game 1, Ciani walked and scored his first time up with 2 stolen bases. Grounded out to second. And he walked again. So 1 official plate appearance, and he walked 3 times. There's the runner going, and Roland is in there safely with the stolen base. So again, a runner in scoring position. Pitch was a strike. It's 1-1 on Ciani. Roland now down at second base. And here's Gerhardt. A 1-1 pitch inside. 2 balls and a strike, 1 out here in the top half of the second inning. 2-0 Homer Center with the lead. And again, Gerhardt's pitch is outside. 3 balls and a strike, got away from the catcher. Runner's going to move down. Gets away from the third baseman, too. But chasing it down for purchase line is the shortstop, Andrew Smarsh. So another passed ball. Roland moves down to third base. Adjust the base down there. Got that all taken care of. 1 out and a runner on third. 3 balls and a strike on Ciani. And this one is driven into right field. Caught there by the right fielder, Keister, and it will go as a sacrifice fly. As Ciani drives in Roland with Homer Center's 3rd run. And the base is now clear for Braden Dunn, who walked, stole a base, advanced to third on a wild pitch, and scored on an error on a pickoff attempt over at first. This one is a base hit solidly into left field. Second hit of the afternoon for Homer Center. Krajosik will come to the plate with 2 outs and a runner on first base. And in to run for Braden Dunn for Homer Center is Roser, the sophomore. Now the pitch is in there for a strike. No balls and a strike on Michael Krajosik, who struck out swinging in the first inning. He bats with 2 outs and a runner on first base and 1 run in the inning to make it 3-0 Homer Center. Gerhardt leaning the wrong way, but he was only a couple of steps off the bag, was the runner Roser. And so he's able to dive back in easily ahead of Gerhardt's throw. Krajosik in there again, short lead for Roser. And the pitch from Gerhardt is up high. 1 ball, 1 strike. This is a doubleheader, and with rain situations the way that they are, they flip positions, and so on Homer Center's field, Purchase Line is the home team for this second game. A 1-1 pitch on the way to Krajosik, and swings and misses. The runner goes, no throw down. Uncontested stolen base there. And a ball and 2 strikes on Krajosic's got a runner in scoring position now in Braden Dunn. And the pitch outside. 2-2 on the Homer Center shortstop. Here in the second. The pitch outside. 3 balls and 2 strikes. The count goes full on Michael Krajosic. One more time. A 3-2 pitch. That is low, gets through. And the runner's going to move down on the wild pitch walk. So Dunn ends up at third. Krajosic reaches first on the walk. 5th walk of these first 2 innings for Purchase Line. Caleb Palmer will come to the plate. He walked in the first. He's got runners on first and third and 2 outs. And the pitch, Krajosic runs. This one is driven into left field. A solid single once more. Runner comes in to score. Throw to third. Is there a play there? Krajosic is in, standing up. Ball gets away. Krajosic dashes home. No one's going to catch up to him. Meanwhile, Palmer rounds second base. Thought about going to third, but heads back to second base. Dunn scores on the single. Krajosic comes around and he scores on the error. And Palmer ends up at second base. So 3 runs in the inning, and it's 5-0 Homer Center. Gearhart, first pitch is a ball to Andrew Ruddick, struck out swinging in the first. 2 outs, 3 runs in the inning. Palmer a big lead off second base. They turn toward second, but the second baseman, Jace Brooks, had already vacated. And so no one to throw to. Here's the pitch to Ruddick. And he'll take this one down low. A ball and a strike on the Homer Center left fielder. This afternoon's action on Renda Digital TV, WCCSradio.com, and U92Radio.com. Again, Gearhart turns toward second base, but no one there to throw to, and Palmer was only a step off. 1-1, 2 outs in the inning, 3 runs in. Runner on second base, the pitch from Gearhart. Grounded towards second. Brooks will field it. Got a nice hop over to first. And that is the inning. Out goes 4-3. We've played an inning and a half. It's 5-0 Homer Center. You're watching Renda Digital TV on WCCSradio.com and U92Radio.com.
At IRMC, we have all of the necessary pieces in place to perform complex operations, including highly skilled and specially trained surgeons, their support team of experts, and advanced technology like the Da Vinci robotic surgical system. As a result, patients spend less time in the hospital, recover faster, and get treated close to home. So there's no reason to puzzle over where you should get your surgical care. The answer is right here at IRMC.
Thinking of adding a pet to your family? Consider adopting, not shopping. Local shelters have great dogs, cats, and other animals waiting for a forever home. Please support Four-Footed Friends, ICHS, and other local shelters when looking for a new pet. And don't surprise someone with a pet, but with a promise to adopt a pet that they choose.
This is Attorney Patrick Doherty. Do you need legal help? The Law Office of Patrick Doherty specializes in criminal law, wills, and personal injury. Visit my office at 737 Water Street in Indiana and let me put my years of experience to work for you.
We move to the bottom of the second inning with Homer Center leading Purchase Line 5-0 for Homer Center. 2 runs in the first inning, 3 in the second, 5 total, 3 hits on the afternoon for the Wildcats. 3 men left on base for Purchase Line. 3 up, 3 down first inning, so the Red Dragons looking for their first hit, and they'll send Jace Brooks to the plate along with Xander Bennett and Andrew Smarsh, the 4, 5, 6 hitters. And the designated hitter, Zarenko, will be in the hole. Second inning of work for Homer Center pitcher Anthony Rowland. 3 up, 3 down first. And this one is fouled out of play. No balls and a strike. Here in the bottom of the second inning, the pitch by Rowland is a curveball, and that is up high, 1-1. Brooks will pop this one straight up. Called for by Owen Sayani. He'll take the ball. Catches the pop-up, 1 away. For Xander Bennett. Bennett, the third baseman, right-handed hitter. 4:29 heading into this afternoon's play. He'll take a ball. 14 at-bats, 5 hits. That can't be right. 6 hits. And swings and misses at that second pitch. Outside corner. Five runs driven in for Bennett. All of his 6 hits have been singles. And he will take a ball here. 2 balls and a strike. Homer Center with 2 runs in the top of the first, 3 in the top of the second, and they lead it 5-0. Bennett in the first game. Strikeout and a ground out. And he will look at called strike 2. It's 3 balls, 2 strikes now. 1 out here in the bottom half of the second inning. And Rowland's pitch is outside a ball. So the first runner of the afternoon is Xander Bennett, who reaches on the walk. For Purchase Line, they'll send Andrew Smarsh to the plate. A 12-0 victory for Homer Center in Game 1 of this doubleheader. One ball, no strikes, and this one grounded right up the middle. Taylor made for Sayani. He'll flip to Krajosic, who drops the ball. And then the runner falls off the base, and he's out. So, an error on Krajosic, but then the base running error by Bennett as he stumbled across the bag, fell flat into the dirt, and was not able to get back up and get on the bag again, and Krajosic tagged him out. So Smarsh will reach on a fielder's choice. And the putout goes to Krajosic. So the error followed by the out. And this ball in the dirt. It goes 2-0 on the hitter, Mike Zarenko, the designated hitter for Purchase Line. Righty on lefty here, rolling the left-hander. He's got the runner on first and 2 outs in the inning. And the pitch swung on and missed on the fastball. Up high, looked pretty sweet, but couldn't get around on it. 2-1, 2 outs. Runner on first for Purchase Line. Roland's pitch. Swung on and missed. And it's 2-2. Inning started with a pop-up to second base and then a walk. And the strange play, the ground ball, could have been a double play ball. There's a called strike 3. And that will be the 3rd out of the inning. No runs, no hits, 1 man left on base for Purchase Line. At the end of 2, it's Homer Center 5 and Purchase Line nothing on Renda Digital TV.
How can you save on your home energy bills? By calling Bill Busters Incorporated. Bill Busters is a home weatherization company providing insulation that will make your home energy efficient all year round. Bill Busters bust utility bills down to size. 34 years experience and an authorized First Energy contractor. Don't hesitate. Insulate. Call 800-475-1251. PA license number 009189.
At IRMC, we have all of the necessary pieces in place to perform complex operations, including highly skilled and specially trained surgeons, their support team of experts, and advanced technology like the Da Vinci robotic surgical system. As a result, patients spend less time in the hospital, recover faster, and get treated close to home. So there's no reason to puzzle over where you should get your surgical care. The answer is right here at IRMC.
The Glen Campbell American Legion wishes the Purchase Line Red Dragons all the best in tonight's game. The Glen Campbell American Legion is proud to support high school athletics and all the excitement the sports teams bring to the community. They would also like to remind you that they are open at noon with daily specials in a friendly environment. Stop in for a good meal. The Glen Campbell American Legion, doing good for the community and for high school athletics.
In sports, game plans are essential to the success of the team. The same can be said for the game of life. What kind of game plan do you have to protect your valuable assets like home, car, business, income, renters, motorcycles, and IRAs? When was the last time you had a comprehensive insurance review? The William G. Meckling Insurance Agency can develop a game plan just for you. For a comprehensive insurance review, call the William G. Meckling Insurance Agency, 1359 Philadelphia Street, Indiana, because it's always something.
We move to the 3rd inning, and the Homer Center Wildcats with a 5-0 lead on Purchase Line. Top half of the 3rd, a doubleheader this afternoon. Homer Center won the first game 12-0 in a Mercy Rule 5-inning game, and they flip-flop sides for this doubleheader. Purchase Line is the home team for game number 2. Mason Gearhart works his 3rd inning. For Homer Center, 5-3-1, and for Purchase Line, no runs, no hits, 1 error. On the Red Dragons. Actually, I've got 2 on the Red Dragons. And this pitch, first pitch swinging, popped it up. Brooks, the second baseman, will call for it for the Red Dragons. And just like that, Andrew Pekina is the first out of the inning. Pekina, Clevenger, and Mason Bell. Riley Clevenger, a fly out to right field in the first. He bats here in the 3rd. Nobody on and 1 away. Clevenger digs in righty on righty. Here's Gearhart's pitch. And this one a first pitch swing. And that one is a high fly ball into center field. Does it get down? It does. It's a base hit. The center fielder Chambers came charging in. Smarsh and Brooks went out, but it fell between the 3 of them in the Bermuda Triangle and ends up being a single for Clevenger. So a runner on and 1 out, a hit in each of the first 3 innings for Homer Center. And They have 4 overall. Mason Bell bats with 1 away and a runner on first. The right fielder for the Wildcats, a fly out to center field in his first at bat. And diving back to first on the throw over is Clevenger. First baseman Zach Stifler for the Purchase Line Red Dragons. Mason Gearhart ready for the first delivery to Bell. And that is a called strike. Mason Bell is a junior. And he'll look down to his coach, Scott Bauer. Back into the box. No balls and a strike. One side, please. The throw over, and the runner is back. Mason Bell's an outstanding linebacker for the Wildcats football team. He'll foul this one straight back. No balls, 2 strikes on the Wildcat right fielder. 1 away in the inning and a runner on first base. 5-0 Homer Center with the lead, and Gearhart operates out of the stretch. And the pitch, there goes the runner. That is inside, not going to throw down. Uncontested stolen base once more, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. So a runner in scoring position with 1 out, and the pitch, and this one chopped out. That was low, would have been another ball, but Bell offered at it, fouled it back. Count goes 1-2. Clevenger again off the base. The pitch, that's driven right at Brooks at second base. It got through his legs. Can he throw over and get him in time? He cannot, and the ball gets away from the first baseman. Rowland will round third and in to score. Or Clevenger, I should say. So an error on the fielding play, an error on the ground ball as well, allows the runner to go in. 2 errors committed on that play. Homer Center's lead extends to 6-0 as Anthony Rowland will step to the plate. Throw over, and Bell dives back. Brooks had been playing right on the bag on that play to try to keep the runner from stretching that lead a little bit. He took 5 steps to his left, and the ground ball went right at him. This one is fouled back. No balls, 2 strikes on Rowland with Ciani waiting on deck. He digs back in. And the pitch. That is inside for a ball. 1-1. Still only 1 out in the inning. A run is in, and it's 6-0 Homer Center. Bell on first base. Gearhart from the stretch. And the pitch. Inside. 2 balls and a strike on the Wildcat pitcher. Throws left, bats right. Back in the box. It's a pretty good lead over there for Bell. And this pitch is fouled back again. Bell was running. He'll have to go back to first base. 2-2 with 1 out. 6-0 Homer Center. Here in the bottom or top half of the 3rd inning. Again, the big lead. The pitch as he goes. A little delayed still there, and again it's fouled back by Rowland. Gearhart back up on top of the hill. A 2-2 pitch on the way. Ball 3. Five walks on the afternoon. And that one is going to plunk him. A hit batsman. Rolling to first. Bell to third base. And Owen Ciani is ready to step in. And they are going to get a runner out there for Homer Center. Caden Vitale is going to run for Roland. So Ciani steps in. He's been to the plate twice. He's walked and a sacrifice fly, so no official at bats. And he lifts this one into center field, chasing after it, and not able to get there is the center fielder, Chambers. One run is going to come around. The throw is high, and Bell will score on the double for Ciani. The charge by Chambers, and he went down to try to get that ball. Thankfully, the grass is high enough that it didn't scoot past him very far. He was able to get back, but it is a run-scoring double for Homer Center. Bell comes around to score. Roland ends up at third base. Braden Dunn will come to the plate. Still only one out in the inning, and Homer Center's lead now 7-0 is Dunn, who is 1 for 1 with the walk and 2 runs scored. And again, Gearhart steps back to chase the runner back to second base. He's got to remember he's got one on third there too. And now to the stretch and the pitch. Roped into left field. That's going to get down. It does. One run is in Vitale. Rounding third and headed for home. The throw is going to be... Oh, he missed the tag. And the score from Owen Ciani. The single by Braden Dunn drives in 2, and Dunn ends up at second on the throw. Roland the scorer. Ciani the scorer. It was a nice throw from Andrew Beer to the catcher, Hughes, but John could not make the swipe tag as Ciani scooted past him for the 9th run for Homer Center. And out to second base once more goes Roser to run for Braden Dunn. Michael Krajosik will step to the plate. 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a walk for Krajosik. 1 out in the inning, and Homer Center's lead now 9-0. Gearhart delivers to Krajosik, who swings and misses, strike 1. Homer Center, of course, with a 12-0 win in the first game, a Mercy Rule game, and they're looking to get that 10th run up here in this one. And this one is fouled back by Krajosik. Falls into an 0-2 hole for the Wildcats. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, runner on second. That's inside for a ball, or outside for a ball. And the count goes to 1-2. We're back here with Renda Digital TV on Wednesday for the Wildcats and the River Valley Panthers. Ball 2 to Krajosik. And I'm not sure, but I think Homer Center may have played River Valley once already this season. No, they have not. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out. Krajosik waits at the plate. Ball gets away from the catcher. Another passed ball on Purchase Line. And Roser, the runner, gets down to third base. And the count goes full to Krajosik with Caleb Palmer waiting on deck. Here's Gearhart's pitch. Ball 4. Runners on first and third for Palmer. It is walk number 6 on the night for Gearhart, and Purchase Line may be making a pitching change now. We'll see if that is the case or if they're just going out to converse. They're going to take the ball. So pitching change on the way, 9-0 Homer Center. We're back on Renda Digital TV.
Robindale Energy Services is a proud supporter of high school athletics and our hometown community. To do its part for the local rural areas, Robindale Energy has been cleaning up refuse coal piles that dot the western Pennsylvania landscape. These waste piles, remnants from past decades of mining in the region, are removed and used to create affordable energy for America. Robindale Energy has helped to clean up hundreds of miles of streams and channels. In the area where the land has been restored for a while, streams have become alive again and able to support plant and fish life. For employment opportunities, contact Robindale Energy at 814-446-6700, extension 122.
At IRMC, we have all of the necessary pieces in place to perform complex operations, including highly skilled and specially trained surgeons, their support team of experts, and advanced technology like the Da Vinci robotic surgical system. As a result, patients spend less time in the hospital, recover faster, and get treated close to home. So there's no reason to puzzle over where you should get your surgical care. The answer is right here at IRMC.
Thinking of adding a pet to your family, consider adopting, not shopping. Local shelters have great dogs, cats, and other animals waiting for a forever home. Please support Four-Footed Friends, ICHS, and other local shelters when looking for a new pet. And don't surprise someone with a pet, but with a promise to adopt a pet that they choose.
In sports, game plans are essential to the success of the team. The same can be said for the game of life. What kind of game plan do you have to protect your valuable assets like home, car, business, income, renters, motorcycles, and IRAs? When was the last time you had a comprehensive insurance review? The William G. Meckling Insurance Agency can develop a game plan just for you. For a comprehensive insurance review, call the William G. Meckling Insurance Agency, 1359 Philadelphia Street, Indiana, because it's always something.
How can you save on your home energy bills? By calling Bill Busters Incorporated. Bill Busters is a home weatherization company providing insulation that will make your home energy efficient all year round. Bill Busters bust utility bills down to size. 34 years experience and an authorized First Energy contractor. Don't hesitate. Insulate. Call 800-475-1251. PA license number 009189.
The Glen Campbell American Legion wishes the Purchase Line Red Dragons all the best in tonight's game. The Glen Campbell American Legion is proud to support high school athletics and all the excitement the sports teams bring to the community. They would also like to remind you that they are open at noon with daily specials in a friendly environment. Stop in for a good meal. The Glen Campbell American Legion, doing good for the community and for high school athletics.
It's a straight-up switch for the Purchase Line Red Dragons. Andrew Smarsh is going to come in to pitch, and he'll switch places with Caleb Gearhart, or Mason Gearhart, who becomes the shortstop. So shortstop and pitcher switch places, and on the first pitch, it's a ball to Caleb Palmer of Homer Center. And it gets away from the catcher for a passed ball. And Michael Krajosik moves down to second. So second and third, one out for Palmer. And this one gets away from the catcher again, but bounces not far enough away for the runner to advance. And so the runners remain on second and third base. Just one out in the inning. Homer Center 9-0. Palmer 1 for 1, a single and a walk. And the pitch swung on and missed. It's 2 balls and a strike. Homer Center putting up 2 in the first inning, 3 more in the second. 4 runs have scored here in the third inning as Palmer bats. And the pitch popped up. First base foul territory. Pitcher chases after to it, and Smarsh can't get there. Falls to his knees. It's a foul ball. Andrew had a chance at it. Could not get there to make the play. And so the count will go to 2-2 on Palmer. Nine runs, 6 hits, and an error on Homer Center. No runs, no hits, 4 errors on Purchase Line. Swung on and missed by Palmer. He strikes out. Catcher's going to have to chase it down and throw him out at first base, and he does not. Hughes did not catch Palmer in time, and so it's a strikeout. However, Palmer reaches first base on the pass ball. And so for the Wildcats, Andrew Ruddick will step in. He's the 9th batter in the inning. He's got the bases loaded in a 9-0 game with 1 out. Ruddick a strikeout and a ground out his first 2 times to the plate. He bats here with a chance to drive in some runs. Smarsh the pitch. Fastball is out of the strike zone. It's a ball and no strikes on Ruddick, the Wildcats left fielder. Bases loaded, 3rd inning. The pitch. Inside. Gets through to the backstop once more. That's a wild pitch. And Roser will come down to score. And that makes it 10-0. Everybody moves up a base. 2nd and 3rd now for Ruddick. And it's 2 balls and no strikes. Smarsh the pitch. And that one hit him. Andrew tried to duck out of the way and could not. Second hit batsman of the afternoon. And the Wildcats have batted around. And messed up my scorebook. So batting for the 2nd time in the inning is Bikina. And this one's in the dirt for a ball. Bikina, a single and a pop-up to second base. 10-0 Homer Center. 1-0, 1 out in the 3rd inning. Bases loaded for the Homer Center designated hitter. Outside, 2 balls and no strikes. Bikina starting this inning, now bats for a 2nd time here in the 3rd. And Smarsh's pitch in there for a strike. It's 2-1. Again, working from the full windup. The pitch is outside. Count to 3-1 with 1 out in the inning. Again, a pitch. Ball 4 will force in a run. So Bikina will get an RBI. It's his 2nd of the afternoon. The score goes to 11-0. Riley Clevenger singled a steal and a run in this inning. He also flew out to right field. This one goes off the crown of the mound, bounces to the shortstop. The play is made there by Gearhart to get the runner, but another run comes in to score. And on the fielder's choice, Clevenger to first base. Ruddick moves down to third. Check that. This one is a high fly ball to left field. Coming in to make the catch and retire the side is Andrew Beer. Homer Center has taken a 12-0 lead, the same score as we had in our first game. We head to the bottom of the third inning. It's Renda Digital TV on U92radio.com and WCCSradio.com.
In criminal law, wills, and personal injury. Visit my office at 737 Water Street in Indiana and let me put my years of experience to work for you.
At IRMC, we have all of the necessary pieces.
Doherty. Do you need legal help? The Law Office of Patrick Doherty specializes in criminal law, wills, and personal injury. Visit my office at 737 Water Street in Indiana and let me put my years of experience to work for you.
At IRM. Necessary pieces in place to perform complex operations, including highly skilled and specially trained surgeons, their support team of experts, and advanced technology like the Da Vinci robotic surgical system. As a result, patients spend less time in the hospital, recover faster, and get treated close to home. So there's no reason to puzzle over where you should get your surgical care. The answer is right here at IRMC.
This is Attorney Patrick Doherty. Do you need legal help? The Law Office of Patrick Doherty specializes in criminal law, wills, and personal injury. Visit my office at 737 Water Street in Indiana and let me put my years of experience to work for you.
Bottom half of the third inning, Homer Center leading Purchase Line 12-0. That was the score of our first game of this doubleheader. For Homer Center, 12 runs, 6 hits, 1 error. For Purchase Line, no runs, no hits, and 4 errors. And for the Red Dragons, they'll send to the mound or to the plate John Hughes, Zach Stifler, and Austin Chambers here in the third. And in a rather large hole for the Red Dragons, John Hughes, his first at-bat of the baseball game. Wildcats players all huddle at the mound. Bust out of it and off they go. This afternoon's game here on WCCSradio.com and U92Radio.com on Renda Digital TV. First pitch from the Wildcats. Pitcher Anthony Rowland is a ball outside. And the second is as well a ball outside. John Hughes, the catcher for Purchase Line, No average listed, which means that he is, according to the statistics through Saturday, 0 for 3 on the season. He swings and misses at this one. It's 2 balls and a strike on the sophomore Hughes. And here's the pitch. That is ball 3. Check to see if he played in that first game. He takes ball 4. A 4-pitch walk. And the second base runner of the afternoon for Purchase Line. Hughes in that first game, he did play. And he was 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts looking. Now Zach Stifler takes a ball, and Anthony Rowland has started this third inning with 5 straight balls. Stifler, 1 at bat in the first game and grounded out to second base. Ball 2. A 12-0 lead for Homer Center. Anthony Rowland finding difficult to find the strike zone here early in this bottom of the third inning. And the pitch in there for a strike. Pound the strike zone with the fastball. And the pitch is swung on and missed this time, and the count goes even at 2-2. Hughes on first, a leadoff walk. Stifler bats with nobody out, the first baseman for the Red Dragons. And he'll swing and miss at strike 3. Third strikeout of the afternoon for Anthony Rowland. Austin Chambers was the first of those strikeouts, their leadoff hitter. He struck out looking in the first. He bats here without 1 out and 1 on in the third. Chambers comes into the game, or into the afternoon, at .467. 7 hits in 15 at-bats. He will take a strike. It's 0-1. And ground this one to third base. Palmer can't get it as he dives. And that will be a base hit. Should adjust that because I see that Caleb Palmer is not the third baseman any longer. But Householder is over there. And he dove at the ball but could not get it. And so the first hit of the afternoon is a ground ball single for Austin Chambers. It puts runners on first and second with 1 out. No balls and a strike on Andrew Beer, a fly out to center field, his first time up. He takes the ball. And it's 1-1. After this game this afternoon, with Purchase Line, we'll be back here on Wednesday as Homer Center scheduled to play River Valley. And that'll be the second game of a doubleheader as well, from what I understand. Two balls and a strike. And this one grounded to shortstop. Krajosik fields there. And he'll go to second and get the out there. Had a chance to get the runner at third, but took the conventional out. To Ciani, and it puts runners at first and third. Beer reaches on the fielder's choice. Hughes gets down to third base. And Travis Keister grounded out to the pitcher his first time up, and he'll step to the plate for Purchase Line with a chance to drive in a run. Two outs in the inning. 12-0, Homer Center. This one is inside a ball to Keister. And this pitch is in there for a strike. One and one. Driven foul down the right side. A ball and 2 strikes on the batter Keister. Two outs in the inning. 12-0, Homer Center. Roland working out of a jam here. Or is he? Swing and a miss. Strike 3, and he does indeed get out of it. At the end of 3, it is Homer Center 12 and the purchase line nothing.
Robindale Energy Services is a proud supporter of high school athletics and our hometown community. To do its part for the local rural areas, Robindale Energy has been cleaning up refuse coal piles that dot the western Pennsylvania landscape. These waste piles, remnants from past decades of mining in the region, are removed and used to create affordable energy for America. Robindale Energy has helped to clean up hundreds of miles of streams and channels. In the area where the land has been restored for a while, streams have become alive again and able to support plant and fish life. For employment opportunities, contact Robindale Energy at 814-446-6700, extension 122.
Thinking of adding a pet to your family? Consider adopting, not shopping. Local shelters have great dogs, cats, and other animals waiting for a forever home. Please support Four Footed Friends, ICHS, and other local shelters when looking for a new pet. And don't surprise someone with a pet, but with a promise to adopt a pet that they choose.
At IRMC, we have all of the necessary pieces in place to perform complex operations, including highly skilled and specially trained surgeons, their support team of experts, and advanced technology like the Da Vinci robotic surgical system. As a result, patients spend less time in the hospital, recover faster, and get treated close to home. So there's no reason to puzzle over where you should get your surgical care. The answer is right here. IRMC.
In sports, game plans are essential to the success of the team. The same can be said for the game of life. What kind of game plan do you have to protect your valuable assets like home, car, business, income, renters, motorcycles, and IRAs? When was the last time you had a comprehensive insurance review? The William G. Meckling Insurance Agency can develop a game plan just for you. For a comprehensive insurance review, call the William G. Meckling Insurance Agency, 1359 Philadelphia Street, Indiana, because it's always something.
We move to the 4th inning with purchase line trailing 12-0. Changes all around. Homer Center made a bunch defensively in the last inning, and so the Wildcats will be sending up a new slate of hitters and a new pitcher for purchase line. Austin Chambers will come in, a lefty, and he will be the 3rd pitcher of the afternoon for the Red Dragons. And first up for Chambers will be Homer Center's Nathan Birchall, right-handed hitter. Now the scheduled hitter is Anthony Rowland. Birchall will hit there. I do believe that Rowland can still pitch. So Chambers to pitch to Birchall. And it's a ball. 12-0 Homer Center. That was the score of game 1, which ended after 5. A second pitch is on the way. And this one is driven to the second baseman. Brooks, oh, I got past him. The error on Brooks. Maybe he was fooled as I was by what sounded like a really solid hit that just died off that bat. Birchall is at first base, and Cameron Cavalier will come to the plate, batting in the Cyane leadoff spot. And the ball gets through, and that is going to be a wild pitch that gets away from Hughes. And Birchall moves down to second base. Ball one on Cam Cavalier, a junior. Right-hander facing the lefty, Chambers. Fastball. That one gets away and all the way to the backstop. Birchall will move down to third base. And that'll be a second straight wild pitch. So once more, runner in scoring position. Cavalier back in there. 2 balls and no strikes here in the top of the 4th inning. Ball 3. Mr. Chambers has an arm on him. Done a little bit more heat than the previous 2 pitchers, and he's behind in the count, 3-0, and that's way inside. Ball 4, Cavalier will walk. First and third, Garrett Green, a sophomore, will bat for Braden Dunn. Nobody out, runners on first and third. Ball game in the top half of the 4th inning. And that is a called strike on the inside corner to Green. The 0-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. Chased after a high outside heater. 0-2. Chambers, the stretch. And the pitch. That is a called ball. Boy, he wanted that pitch and he did not get it. 1-2. Nobody out here in the 4th. Curveball swung on and missed. 1 out. Next in our line of players getting their first at-bats of this game, Javion Jones. Javion is a sophomore as well. And he'll take an inside. He jumped out of the way, but it was a called strike. No balls and a strike, and the pitch. Strike 2. As Javion swung and missed. The 0-2. Somehow that missed him. It got away from the catcher. It's a wild pitch, and Cavalier will go down to second base. Javion twisted just a little, and somehow the ball eluded him. I think it went right through the wickets at his feet and never hit him. So 1-2. And the pitch inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And waiting on deck is Cody Householder. The 2-2 pitch. And that one did hit him. Third hit batsman of the game. And that'll load up the bases for Cody Householder. One out, bases loaded, 12-0 Homer Center. In the top half of the fourth inning, Householder steps in against Chambers. He'll work from the windup and outside for a ball. Briefly got away from Hughes, but he caught up to it. No runners advancing. One and 0. Cavalier is all the way down to the shortstop position on this leadoff. Swung on and missed by Householder. And it is 1-1. I'm not kidding. He is more than halfway on that leadoff to third base. Brooks is letting him do that. By staying in position, here's the pitch. Inside. 2-1. The bases are loaded here in the fourth inning. Birchall reached on an error. Walks to Cavalier and Jones. Hit by pitch by Jones. So 3 different ways to get on base. None of them with the benefit of a hit. It's outside 2-1. Householder awaits the pitch. Here it comes. Way outside to the backstop. And Householder goes down to third base. I had it only at 2-1. But they advance all the runners. I don't know where I missed it. I'm not sure everybody there had the idea that that was ball 4. But evidently it was, and it makes it 13-0 on the walk. And up to the plate for Homer Center comes Joe Succiarelli. Bases loaded and 1 out. Up high, 2 balls and no strikes on Succiarelli. Jonah Arone, who started this game at first base but has not hit, is on deck. Swung on and missed by Succiarelli. It's 2 balls and a strike, 1 out. And 1 run in the inning. 13-0 Homer Center. The pitch from Chambers is up high, ball. 3-1. Succiarelli in there once more. Chambers. A 3-1 pitch. And that is ball 4. Runners all advance, 14-0. Arone comes to the plate. And by my count, should Jonah reach the base, they're going to change the pitchers, so we're going to take a timeout. 14-0 Homer Center. It's WCCSradio.com, U92Radio.com.
At IRMC, we have all of the necessary pieces in place to perform complex operations, including highly skilled and specially trained surgeons, their support team of experts, and advanced technology like the Da Vinci robotic surgical system. As a result, patients spend less time in the hospital, recover faster, and get treated close to home. So there's no reason to puzzle over where you should get your surgical care. The answer is right here at IRMC.
Conference at the mound is over. 14-0 Homer Center. Jonah Arone will step in. With the bases loaded and 1 out, should Homer Center put up 1 more run, Purchase Line, being the visiting team, will still get a chance to bat, I should believe. It's a called strike on Arone. Chambers, the 0-1 pitch. Called strike 2. Jonah at 6'6" does offer a larger strike zone. 0-2. And the pitch is high and outside. It's 1-2 on Aron. You looked at that field and you saw that it was 14-0, and it's the 4th inning, and you're thinking, well, it's Homer Center's field. They're the home team, but I forgot they're the visiting team in this game. That's up high. So they may not get another chance at bat, because it's 15-0 after 3. And this one's outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes on a run. Actually 3-2 on a run. Apologize. Wind kicks up. Rain clouds are moving in. There are thunderstorms in the forecast. And the pitch from Chambers is ball 4. And they're going to put a runner in for Aron. It's Ryan Jackson as Caden Vitale will come to the plate. I'm going to have to turn down that field mic, which is picking up this wind, which is itself picking up way high on Vitale. For ball 1. 4 walks in the inning, a hit batsman, and an error. Homer Center has put up these 3 runs in this inning without benefit of a hit. The pitch is high and outside, 2-0. The windup and the pitch from Chambers. Curveball is in there for a strike. That's maybe the nicest pitch he's thrown this afternoon. Still only 1 out in the inning. And the pitch is swung on and fouled back. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Chambers' pitch. Sharply fouled down the right side. Still 2-2, 1 out here in the 4th. As we reach the 7 o'clock mark. Here's the pitch. Grounded back to the pitcher. Fielded there. Flipped to the catcher. And that's the 2nd out. And now it gets away from the first baseman, but Homer Center does not challenge to home. So the out will go 1-2. Vitale is out. It's the 2nd out of the inning. And Mason Bell will come to the plate with 2 outs. And runners on every base. Bases loaded. We're trying to figure out who comes to the plate for Homer Center. Mason Bell is the scheduled hitter. Grabbing a bat for the Wildcats is, I don't have a number 1. This is Javon Jones, who I had as number 14 earlier. So he will bat with 2 outs and take a ball. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Swung on and missed by Jones, and it is a ball and a strike. And the windup and the pitch. Swung on and missed, gets away. Chasing it down is Hughes. 1 ball, 2 strikes with 2 outs. Jones in there again. And the pitch. Curveball is a ball. It's 2-2. Curveball high. Actually, fastball high. It's 3 balls, 2 strikes. 3 runs in the inning to make it 15-0 Homer Center. And Chambers. The pitch. Ball 4. Advance the runners one more time. Jones with the walk and the RBI. It looks like Purchase Line's going to make another pitching change, and as they do, we take a timeout. 16-0 Homer Center. Renda Digital TV, WCCSradio.com, U92Radio.com.
At IRMC, we have all of the necessary pieces in place to perform complex operations, including highly skilled and specially trained surgeons, their support team of experts, and advanced technology like the Da Vinci robotic surgical system. As a result, patients spend less time in the hospital, recover faster, and get treated close to home. So there's no reason to puzzle over where you should get your surgical care. The answer is right here at IRMC.
How can you save on your home energy bills? By calling Bill Busters Incorporated. Bill Busters is a home weatherization company providing insulation that will make your home energy efficient all year round. Bill Busters bust utility bills down to size. 34 years experience and an authorized First Energy contractor. Don't hesitate. Insulate. Call 800-475-1251. PA license number 009189.
The Glen Campbell American Legion wishes the Purchase Line Red Dragons all the best in tonight's game. The Glen Campbell American Legion is proud to support high school athletics and all the excitement the sports teams bring to the community. They would also like to remind you that they are open at noon with daily specials in a friendly environment. Stop in for a good meal. The Glen Campbell American Legion, doing good for the community and for high school athletics.
This is Attorney Patrick Doherty. Do you need legal help? The Law Office of Patrick Doherty specializes in criminal law, wills, and personal injury. Visit my office at 737 Water Street in Indiana and let me put my years of experience to work for you.
In sports, game plans are essential to the success of the team. The same can be said for the game of life. What kind of game plan do you have to protect your valuable assets like home, car, business, income, renters, motorcycles, and IRAs? When was the last time you had a comprehensive insurance review? The William G. Meckling Insurance Agency can develop a game plan just for you. For a comprehensive insurance review, call the William G. Meckling Insurance Agency, 1359 Philadelphia Street, Indiana, because it's always something.
16-0 Homer Center with the bases loaded. A new pitcher for Purchase Line. We'll get you his name in a moment. Right-hander out there, and he's going to get it in there for a strike. To the batter, Nathan Birchall, who led off this inning with a ground ball that was misplayed into an error. He came around and scored. He'll drive this one into left field, and that is down for a base hit. Birchall with his first hit of the night. Succiarelli comes in to score. Arone actually is being run for by, well, Javian Jones ends up at Javon Jones at second. And the runner down at third as well, as Cam Cavalier comes to the plate for the second time in the inning. And that one gets through. They hold the runner at third. And the pitcher is Mike Zarenko, the Purchase Line third baseman at the start of this game. A ball and no strikes. Cavalier will foul this one out of play down the right side. The pitch is way up high. Two balls and a strike with two outs. Homer Center leading 17-0. And the pitch from Zarenko is outside, ball three. This one is way high, and that will be a walk. Forcing the 18th run of this game. Homer Center has scored 30 in the doubleheader as Garrett Green steps in again. Two outs, bases remain loaded. And Zarenko's pitch. Grounded foul down the third base line. No balls and a strike. Green struck out in this inning. He was the first out of the inning. An 0-1 pitch on the way. Behind him. He ducks across the plate. Here comes the 1-1. That is inside. Gets through. Runners will not advance. Two balls and a strike in this pitch. Swung on and missed, strike two. $18-0 Homer Center. Two balls and two strikes with two outs as Green bats here in the fourth and grounds it to third. Fielded there by Gearhart. Over to first. Stepping back, nice play by the first baseman. Beautiful job by Zach Stifler to get the foot back on the bag and get him out of there. For Homer Center, in the inning, 6 runs. And the Wildcats lead it by a score of 18-0. Heading to the bottom of the fourth inning. Last chance for Purchase Line. You're watching.
Robindale Energy Services is a proud supporter of high school athletics and our hometown community. To do its part for the local rural areas, Robindale Energy has been cleaning up refuse coal piles that dot the western Pennsylvania landscape. These waste piles, remnants from past decades of mining in the region, are removed and used to create affordable energy for America. Robindale Energy has helped to clean up hundreds of miles of streams and channels. In the area where the land has been restored for a while, streams have become alive again and able to support plant and fish life. For employment opportunities, contact Robindale Energy at 814-446-6700, extension 122.
The Glen Campbell American Legion wishes the Purchase Line Red Dragons all the best in tonight's game. The Glen Campbell American Legion is proud to support high school athletics and all the excitement the sports teams bring to the community. They would also like to remind you that they are open at noon with daily specials in a friendly environment. Stop in for a good meal. The Glen Campbell American Legion, doing good for the community and for high school athletics.
At IRMC, we have all of the necessary pieces in place to perform complex operations, including highly skilled and specially trained surgeons, their support team of experts, and advanced technology like the Da Vinci robotic surgical system. As a result, patients spend less time in the hospital, recover faster, and get treated close to home. So there's no reason to puzzle over where you should get your surgical care. The answer is right here at IRMC.
We're back for the bottom of the fourth inning with Homer Center leading this baseball game 18-0. And last chance for Purchase Line. They'll face a new pitcher. Anthony Rowland is done throwing for the day. Went 3 innings, gave up 1 hit, no runs. On the afternoon, Anthony with 4 strikeouts. And he walked 2. One hit. Michael Krajosik will work this fourth inning for Homer Center. And the scheduled hitters, Jace Brooks, Xander Bennett, and Andrew Smarsh. Strike 1 to Jace Brooks. 0 for 1 popped up to the second baseman, Cyani. Way outside. A ball and a strike. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Up high, 2 balls and a strike. Braden Dunn is playing shortstop now for Homer Center. Cody Householder remains at third base. Cam Cavalier at second. This is a strike. 2-2 on Brooks. Actually, that might be Householder out at first base. And it could be, I say, Caleb Palmer back in the lineup at third. Here's a 2-2 pitch to Brooks. That is in the dirt. Count goes full. Michael Krajosik pitched in the game against Marion Center on Friday when we were here. Faced 2 batters and walked them both. He has worked the count full here to Brooks, the cleanup hitter for Purchase Line, and here's the pitch. Called strike 3. Brooks is the first out of the fourth inning. Xander Bennett walked in the second inning, made it to second on an error, but then as he did, he stumbled over the bag and fell in the dirt, and he was tagged out. He bats here with nobody on and 1 away. Takes a ball. 1-0. Krajosik. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. Swung on and missed. It's a ball and a strike. We're in the fourth inning. The 1-1 pitch. Strike 2, swinging. Wildcats scored 2 in the top of the first, 3 in the second. Put up 7 in the third and 6 in the fourth. They've done all of this with just 7 hits on the afternoon. A ball and 2 strikes. Called strike 3 on Bennett. And Krajosik has come in and stifled the bats. Andrew Smarsh is the last chance of the afternoon for Purchase Line. See if Andrew can't get on base. Andrew has played shortstop, and he's pitched this afternoon. Krajosic, the first offering, is a called strike. Smarsh, the fielder's choice ground ball in the second inning on the force play. 0-1 and the pitch from Krajosic. Inside for a ball. 1-1. We are back here on Renda Digital TV on Wednesday against River Valley Homer Center. Second game of a doubleheader then as well. A 1-1 pitch is low for a ball. 2-1. I don't want to speak out of turn, but I would guess that would be on catcountry1063fm.com and here on WCCSradio.com. That's a strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes, and Smarsh is down to a last strike for Purchase Line. Krajosic trying to put them away. We'll find out if he can. Smarsh digs in. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Michael Krajosic comes on, strikes out the side. And the Homer Center Wildcats have defeated the Purchase Line Red Dragons. The final score, 18-0. We're back in 30 seconds. It's Renda Digital TV on WCCSradio.com and U92Radio.com.